Common Rare Ghost Episode 49, Mugen Hito no Chikara, Infinite Humanity's Power. Canon's fine. God Misers become a big bad and start killing people. Takaru sees memories of his mom from his dad's icon, and because she died after giving birth to Takaru and clearly thought about him, he feels better, and because now he knows he was loved, because that was Takaru's worry, he beats the God Miser. The Great Eye, now free, grants Takaru his wish to bring back everyone who was killed when the God Misers fused with the Great Eye. Yes, only those deaths. And as a gift, the Great Eye just revives Takaru. Then, the Great Eye flies off into space, yes really, which causes the icon system to no longer work, which reveals where Sage's body was and what Urisen, the annoying mascot, really was. Urisen, the mascot, was in fact Sage's cat, who was with him in his little body-maintaining capsule. And that capsule was just in a room upstairs in the temple. Yeah, no, we have a tracking shot from outside the temple, goes in, goes upstairs, around the corner, down a hallway, into a room without even a door. The end. Oh, also, a dark version of X-Age showed up to fight grunts and left without affecting anything. Only it's not the end, because episode 50, Mirai Tsunagaru Omoi, Future Connected Feelings, Takaru's son from the future shows up, only no one knows he's Takaru's son from the future because he's Chibiusa. Also, X-Aid shows up as well as Dark X-Aid. I'm done. Show ended with episode 49. Get the drinks out. We are finally free. Outside my final sum up video, but that's in the future. Hello again, YouTube. Jake here with more Reading Too Much Into Things, with another Reading Too Much Into Things Tokusatsu movie review. This week we are looking at the crossover between the 34th and 35th Sentais, Gokaigers the 35th, who we met last 2 weeks in their Ju-Ochers appearances, and ran from 2011 to 2012, and 2010 to 2011's Tenso Sentai Goseigers, an angel-themed Sentai, in that the characters are referred to as angels, but nothing else in the realm is explained. They had also ended up more or less stranded on Earth and decided to remain, if I'm remembering right, after the events of their series, leading to them taking part of the legendary war at the start of Gokaigers. Ah, the legendary war. A time when the Sentais of Earth came together despite some of them having given up their own powers in order to do battle against a galactic empire seeking to take control of Earth. A showcase of just what power all the Earth's defenders could pull out when brought together. Matched truly only in scope by its inverse, the Rider War. But that's a tale for another day. Today we join the Gokaigers during their franchise, on Earth seeking ways to unlock the true powers of the now canon source of the Rangers' powers, the Ranger Keys, believing there to be a grand treasure awaiting them. Once they do, they could use to defeat the evil Zangyak Empire. While the Gokaigers have these keys, all former Rangers are without power to transform or even use abilities they could have while untransformed. Though some are still able to actually punch and kick and use gadgets. With the exposition out of the way, let's dive into Gokaiger Goseiger Super Sentai 199 Hero Big Climactic Battle. Oh, right, it's a movie, so if you have to, if you feel you may end up either, get some snacks or get some leg stretches out of the way, if you know what I mean. And I'll be here when you get back. Don't worry, I'll wait. Actually, we first joined the story just after Goseiger's series. Specifically after a special to tie Goseigers with the opening of Gokaigers, as they were the first team on the front line of said legendary war. Clearly, a single team against an army is not going well. However, while surrounded, they are rescued by original Red Ranger, Aka Ranger, and a familiar face to my viewers, Big Juan! Though by now I think the actual actor had retired. Another surrounding calls for more sudden aid, this time from a group of extra rangers from Deca Rangers, Gingaman, Magi Rangers, Car Rangers, Boukengers, Zuban, and even the first female Red Rangers from Shinkenger. And even an appearance by villain heroes Ryo and Melee from Geki Rangers. It's complicated and spoilery. Geki Rangers also features the guy who played Javert in Kamen Rider Ghost actually allowed to act. Man, there are a lot of things I could get to. Anyways, and so they are finally able to get to the grand starting shot of the legendary war. And they prepare for battle as their opening theme builds up. It fits real well with this, actually. But that's as much as I'll likely use unedited. We get some quick cuts of the legendary war from the first episode of Gokaigers, along with the aforementioned Goseiger opening theme, along with some new footage such as cutting back to the extra heroes. Really is hard to describe Ryo and Melee without spoiling. And extra time with the original Go Rangers themselves. And as before, when the ships start opening fire on them, all the previous Sentais pull their powers together to destroy the fleet in one blast, at the cost of their powers being scattered off into the stars. We next come to the now powerless Rangers as they slowly wake up in their weakened state. The Earth defended for the moment. Unknown to those on Earth, a certain Double Red watched the Key's course, even as the depowered Rangers come to terms with this bitter, sweet victory. Hey, I wanted to say that. Wait, then why did I use that clip? These jokes are hard to do when you're the only person on your staff. We now enter into an odd idea since I had always assumed each Sentai took place in the year they aired, but well, that can't work since it says a few years later here for the Gokaigers to enter the story, and their crew teaming up wouldn't make sense even if it was just 1 year later with all that's happened to them. And so we join our rogues, Marvelous, Joe Gokai Blue, Doc Gokai Green, Luca Gokai Yellow, and Ahim Gokai Pink, in their regular business of fighting the Zangyak Empire. And of course, making use of that power Aka Red hunted down, the Ranger Keys, to make use of the power that once belonged to others, such as the Go-Ongers, Dynaman. Okay, that's pretty hilarious. And the siblings of Wait, how is it a brother attack if even in the show they had sisters? However, a black and yellow blur jump in to steal the Goseiger keys for themselves. Gosei Black and Yellow having snatched them away as the rest of the Goseigers appear. Their names do not come as readily to me as the Gokaigers' names, Sorry. So I will be referring to them as the Goseigers and their color. And so, finally gaining their power back since the Legendary War, the Goseigers wipe out the last of the enemy grunts, and the two commanders return to their ship. However, the tension is not over yet, and I want you to hear the tone versus the action.
でも君たち五星ナイトのレンジャーキーも持ってるよね。素直に出してくれない？
How many movies can you say you've seen where a group of angels steal from pirates and then threaten them with bodily harm if they do not hand over, or even more? Oh, right, and here's how Gosei Knight's been since the war. Yeah, Gosei Knight was one of those few rare moments of a ranger without really a human form. He's technically a Zord that gained a ranger form, and well, now he's a hood ornament. Point is, the Goseigers just want their powers back to keep protecting the Earth, and the Gokaigers need their power to find the ultimate treasure. And so, like true angels, Gosei Red throws the first punch, thus opening full-on hostilities between the groups. For the most part, the two sides seem evenly matched, aside from Gosei Black and Doc. But I feel like I should be saying Sentais aren't supposed to fight each other. Not like this. However, when the two sides unleash their finishers at each other, the resulting blasts knock both teams away. Though not needing to lick their wounds so much, the two teams take the moment to consider their options, including the Angels as they try to think of a less heads-on way to deal with the pirates as they see the Gokaiger's space pirate ship fly overhead. Speaking of overhead, the Prince of the Zangyak Empire is not at all pleased with yet another failure. However, as they discuss the possibility of previous Sentais returning in full strength, reports of a darkness approaching their ship comes in, as does the darkness itself. Head of the Kurojushi Battalion, Kurojujio, or to use more official names, the ruler of the Black Cross Army, the enemies of the original Sentai, Gorenja. Revived from hell by the grudges of all those evil organizations and plotters aiming to take over or destroy the world after him. However, his goal now, as he claims, is simply revenge against any who call themselves a Super Sentai, and those who believe in the good they do. Back on the Gokaiger's ship, they find the Gosei Night Key, having only gotten it recently, and now feel they have a plan. Though while Doc and Ahim want to consider more peaceful approaches, the Goseigers, the angels of this special, straight up attack them with their Megazord. Yep, that sure is a better plan than going at them head on.
何その帽子？
海賊ですか？
天使とか言っておいてそれか？
真似しないでよね。
うるせえ！
However, they do have more of a plan than no plan. In the middle of the Megazord battle, Gosei Red snuck onto their Megazord to steal back the key himself.
とんだ食わせもんだな、お前。相手によるけどね。
Oh, enough of a cheat to throw the first punch while trying to peacefully negotiate, to steal the Ranger keys while they are in the middle of a battle, to launch a sneak attack on them in a Megazord without warning, and to break into their homes while they are distracted. Oh, but no, it's okay, because they're pirates. So it's fine to cheat. Angels in Japan, ladies and gentlemen. And so they begin fighting, Gosei Red stealing the whole chest of keys instead of simply that of Gosei Knights. Cause that's fair. Their fight continues on outside, Marvelous demanding the keys back since, what with them finding them being theirs, and Gosei Red saying they don't belong to him in the first place, but belong to the Earth. Which is... in the sense that the teams near exclusively defend Earth, it's true, but like, some of these powers come from outside of Earth. Like, there's Car Rangers, power coming from car constellations, or Abba Rangers and Goangers, power coming from an alternate reality Earth. Flashman being from several different planets in another solar system. Denjiman's powers came from a chunk of another planet that landed on Earth. Magi Rangers came from a magical realm that's sort of heaven-like. That's closer to Goseigers again. Isn't technically Earth. Oh, I'm sorry, I was rambling. What was happening now? Ah, right. Black Cross appears to steal away the chest of keys from the two, gloating over his sudden windfall, and summons forth once dead enemy commanders from Magi Rangers, Goangers, and Goseigers. Also, while some enemies claim to be born from some hell or underworld or another, there is, at least in the movies and specials, a canonical hell that killed villains end up in. And so the three revived evils launched the two teams into various subspace pockets, following after them. The Reds find themselves in an office now frozen in time. Doc, Ahim, and Gosei Pink and Blue on a long bridge high over a rough body of water. And Luca, Joe, with Gosei Yellow and Black, trapped in an Edo period looking place, complete with ninjas. The Reds find themselves up against the machinations of the Goseigers' final enemy commander, and soon attacked by the grunts from that series. Whereas those on the bridge find themselves attacked by the grunts of the Magi Ranger series, as well as one of the major enemy commanders, Dagon. One blast knocking Doc and Gosei Pink off the bridge, only for their opposites to catch hold of them before they fall. However, their attempts to pull them up get nowhere as Dagon blows the bridge up. As for the team against the ninjas, yeah, that's roughly Goanger's humor. Not a critique or bad thing, just that's very them. Back in the subspace, the Reds are doing about as well as the green, blue, and pink team as they look for a safe place to hide. And, shocking the "no, but they're pirates" angels, Ahim takes the moment piece to bring up that they should, after the battle, sit down and peacefully discuss the issue of the Ranger keys. Back in Not Edo, Luca and Gosei Yellow get in the way of each other due to how similarly they think. After getting knocked away and some more in-sync arguing, the two of them realize just how well they likely will work together. Of course, bringing it full circle, women teaming up together equals cosplay. The plan works and gets the commander to put down his weapon, Narina, leaving him open for a head-on assault as well as a flashy finisher from all four Narina. Back against Dagon, while it seems he has obvious advantage against the team, suddenly all he can see is enemies. All thanks to Gosei Blue's Camo Mirage card. Not only cutting down a number of enemies, but also gain easy shots at Dagon's back. Yes, the card is called Camo Mirage. This is not the oddest thing about Goseigers. And the gang takes him out. Back with the Reds, they're still having trouble. Not made better when Gosei Red is knocked out of his transformation, and Marvelous, trying to draw the enemy's fire, ends up taking several shots directly, having covered an elevator that is still full of citizens. So, wait, there's citizens in the subspace? What's going on here? When the next barrage comes, the Goseiger uses his power to cover for Marvelous, which also snatches him a look at how they're able to be pinpointed so easily. And thanks to knowing exactly where he stayed, the two are able to get the drop on the enemy commander and finish him off as well. And so, all the revived evil defeated, the teams reunite, as well as the re-rangered Gosei Knight. So, with the fight not finished yet, they prepare to take on Black Cross directly. Yeah, I'm just calling him Black Cross. But he's not the leader of the original Sentai's enemies for nothing, as he uses the Ranger keys and a device of his own making to make the previous Sentai's their next opponent. Do you want me to read the list of shit you pulled against another Sentai just cause you assume them villains due to them being pirate themed? Do not make me pull the list out again! Well, if you saw the other crossover movies, you know what time it is. Crap, the camera was only on me during that, wasn't it? So starts one of the odder battles in Sentai history as two teams take on 33. Also, stock footage. A solid amount of stock footage. I'd love to go over each and every team they take out, but that's a lot of just going, ooh, look there, and look at that. Over a lot of footage that Toei could just decide that they don't want people to see or comment on. Also, the Goseigers finally think to pull out their upgrade power armor for the fight. I'm also not sure if they picked Rangers to fight specific teams based on anything, to be honest. Outside of having Gosei Knight, who is a 6th Ranger and spent most of the special out of the fight because Gokaigers don't have Gai yet, taking on a whole line of 6 Rangers. But by then, we've entered instead of 1 against teams, 2 colors against colors. The 2 pinks up against a laundry line of pinks and a couple of leftover female whites. The synced up yellows up against a slew of yellows, guys and gals. Doc and Gosei Black up against greens and blacks, plus that one navy blue. Fire wildly. The blues taking on countless other blues of various cool-headedness. Leaving, of course, all the reds for the Red Rangers to tackle. As well as that one Crimson Ranger. However, that leaves a few teams left still, led by the most thematic Go Rangers. However, with a combined finisher, they push through and take out the last of the controlled past. But the climax isn't ending here. There's still Black Cross to face. Their final foe grows giant and doesn't give them a chance to summon their Zords before he starts blasting them right in front of some rather dramatic, dynamic stone formations. Just in time for the key's powers to erupt and the heroes get a glimpse of the past's feelings. Oh hey, Big One's actor wasn't retired yet. My bad. And so, With this overwhelming power, and again, really dramatic rock formation, the keys take on the form again of the Rangers from the past, this time for justice. Together, they pool their energy into a single giant bazooka blaster. And with the power of 35 teams and 199 heroes, they blast Black Cross away. With that, the keys return to the chest so we can get about 5 seconds apiece. Yep, no calming down yet, cause now Black Cross has revived again, this time even bigger, into a giant, multi-faced mobile castle of doom! And while the retired Rangers, the out-of-luck office worker, and the kid from Goseigers help the citizens, the Rangers get their Megazords out to fight. However, they just are not to this form's scale. Gosei Knight even getting batted aside. The citizens are ready to give up, but those who know the Sentais and the office worker convince them otherwise. And so, led by the cheers of children, the cheers of the people of the world, i.e. Japan, recharge the Megazords to full power. When suddenly, and part of me wish I was making this up, the toy Denji Robo the one kid has, and the Go Rangers flying attack base fly into the sky, supposedly with the toys and collectibles of every Sentai with a Megazord or combat-ready base, and become as real as the Rangers from their keys. Well, at least it's not warning you against collecting things, thank you very much, Pokemon the Movie 2000. Black Cross summons giants of the 3 he revived earlier to counter this rather frightening force of consumerism. Actually, that's just what it looked like from that angle. Turns out it's a bunch of giants. And while we do get some nice brief shots of the suits fighting the giants that aren't stock footage, I do not hold it against them for not making this too long or detailed. Man, the main bad guy of Goseigers had a ton of forms. Should review that someday so I can try and nerd out some theories on how angels work in that series. They defeat the defeated and turn their forces towards Black Cross, giving him the Sentai version of the Care Bear stare. What? It's about as colorful. And finish him off by unlocking the power of Go Rangers keys, creating the Goran Gokaiger. And holy sweet Margaret Aunt of Christ, that's a big blade. Hell yeah, they take out Black Cross. And so, the day saved. The people can't see you waving. Anyway, day is saved, time to look cool. The Goseigers hand over the Ranger keys, and that is a point I keep on brushing aside, that Gokaigers really is the first team to fully be from another planet. Heck, even Flashman, where they were trained on other planets in another solar system, all the people originally came from Earth. Still, that's the movie, and really, despite my gripes about how unangelic and kind of like assholes the Goseigers are in this, I really, hey Gaites, really enjoyed this. Almost as much as the high points of Gal Rangers vs. Super Sentai movie. Though I would have liked to see more of the extra heroes that were brought in to extend the Legendary Wars, the only other gripe I have for this movie specifically is how it's not at all about what it means to be a Sentai, and that problem is really covered by the Gokaiger series itself. Well, thanks again for sitting with me through another Reading Too Much Into Things movie review. Look forward in November to my first look at Kamen Rider Ex-Aid, continuing to review Double Sentai Zyuohgers, and starting up my review of a Kamen Rider series I won't actually claw my brains out for because it's actually good. Kamen Rider Decade. That got the comments going. Well, I'm Jake, and as always, stay safe.